It's my favorite theme song that we just heard because we can hear the theme song right now. That's not. Well,
those were actually the words.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Ace Ballers podcast. I am your host, as always, Kyle Nicolos. To my left is the man, the myth, the legend, our top analyst.
Oh, gosh.
Kevin Zerwick.
I'm a myth.
I
don't exist.
You don't exist.
I'm like Bigfoot.
If I were to think really hard right now, you'd probably disappear.
Poof.
Oh, poof. Where's a insert poof sound effect, and then nothing will happen on screen. Hey, everybody. So if you're joining us this week, you know that there were not any podcasts last week.
Of course.
Because reasons. I wasn't here last week, so...
Yeah, things happen.
I gave Kevin the equipment, and he just didn't want to do it, so...
I tried, but I'm about as smart as a monkey, so...
Yeah. The building room caught fire. It was horrible. So, never again. So now I'm here, and we are sponsored by Monster this week.
Almost. There you go.
Sponsored by Monster. All right. So, we're doing this on a Friday.
Yes.
There's not much time to watch this before Sunday.
But... there's Thursday games to talk about.
There is Thursday games to talk about. So, let's talk about what happened last night. Last night, the 49ers take on the Miami Dolphins. Here's the highlights. Just kidding, we don't have highlights.
We don't have the budget for that.
So, from a fantasy perspective, what were the big takeaways from last night? Again, we usually we do this on a Wednesday when the first set of waivers clear. We don't usually get to Thursday night games.
What are the big takeaways?
What are the big takeaways?
Thursdays are crazy.
Yeah, so this is my thing. I don't like Thursday games. I like Thursday games if you play the opposite way that you should play your lineup, because it usually goes that way. You know, last year the Broncos defense, which was okay but wasn't very good against a good offense, put up 53 points. This year, you've just seen Thursday games where, I mean, let's talk about Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake last night,
horrible all year,
is on the team for all of 2.5 days.
Yes.
And looks like he's the best friend. He looks like he's Le'Veon Bell last night on the Steelers. And
that was impressive.
So
Jimmy G is like not doing anything all year, and then he just goes off.
Kills it. He just kills it. Again, Thursday night games.
Oh, the picture froze. No, keep going. Keep going.
Thursday night games, I just don't. I can't trust. So
I understand.
And if it comes to playing somebody on a short turnaround, I just don't like doing it.
But yet, you played someone on Thursday.
Okay, so we'll get to that in the recap.
Okay, all right. On the recap, that's the.
I'm sorry. In the predictions. We'll get to that in the predictions. But yes, I did play a player on Thursday night for strategic reasons. I had to weigh my options, and I think I came out with what was the best case scenario.
It worked out.
It was pretty good. But yeah, Thursday night games. Duds from last night. Tariq Cohen, who's coming off his...
San Francisco defense
did not do very well at all against a Cardinals team. They were playing in Arizona, right?
They were just so many check down, dump off passes that the Niners just couldn't defend. I wonder if that's their weakness.
They can't.
Other teams might see that and just be like, all right, send people downfield, wait a couple seconds, dump it off to the tight end.
Yeah.
Or the slot.
I mean, it worked.
It worked.
But again, I mean, we talked about this earlier, but you can't prepare for a new running back 2 days ahead of time, not knowing that he was.
That's true.
It's a short week.
Plus, Kyler Murray, it looked like they were afraid of him taking off running.
Oh, for sure.
They were the way they were rushing at him. It was a little more passive. Right. Like, don't let him get by you.
Yeah, and there wasn't like the Nick Bosa sack totals that came up or anything like that. I mean, it was a good, honestly, like the Cardinals looked pretty good, and for having a very dynamic player like Kenyon Drake, the Niners actually did a pretty good job of containing them when they needed to.
Yeah.
When they needed to contain them. But I mean
honestly, they're full of weapons.
Sure.
I mean, Larry Fitzgerald's still a really good receiver. Christian Kirk's a good receiver. Yeah. They got a couple of young guys too, as well as just picking up Drake with a running back who should be good. He always looks like he should be good, and then
we'll get to that. I have a lot to say on Kenyon Drake.
Miami's never played him for some reason, and it's weird.
I'll wait. I'll save it.
Yeah, save it.
It's just like you're triggering me right now. Okay, so let's just that was good football talk. Good for the Thursday football talk. Let's head into what we have to do this week, which is same thing every week, Peaky. Weekly recap, waiver wire, week 9 preview. So let's head into the weekly recap and take a look at the games. So this is this week's game. We want to go to. Why do I never just get this ready?
I don't know. It doesn't take long to fix.
All right,
it's not a big deal.
Are you ready for a really tough thing? Let's see.
That
almost like that as the channel, and then that's multiple. There we go. I did it.
Figured it out.
Okay, so now we're on screen. All right. My game from last week was a nail biter.
It was.
I went into Monday Night Football down 40 points with only 2 guys left. James Conner is coming off of a really good week, but Juju Smith-Schuster has had
terrible year.
It's hard to say terrible. It's terrible for Juju.
He's had a few breakaway plays that kind of saved it, but overall it's been very disappointing. If you take away those few big plays,
and especially where I drafted him to. Mm-hmm. 11, 17, 14, 8. Those are
there's a reason for it too.
Yeah,
he lost his quarterback, and he lost his backup quarterback,
and now that Mason Rudolph is back, I was shopping Juju Smith-Schuster. I think I'm going to try and hang on to him for the rest of the year. Because as long as Rudolph stays healthy.
Right before he got hurt, Rudolph was talking about how he needs to more of a rapport, and he's going to work on that with Juju because that's got to be his go-to guy.
Oh, for sure. But Wayne, me and you, buddy, we had quite the game.
Yeah, look at Mike Evans. Evans versus Godwin.
That was the one thing that swung just so far in his favor because every touchdown he got for Evans was a touchdown that wasn't for Chris Godwin. Yeah. And it was just a Mike Evans day. If it was a Chris Godwin day, like it has usually been, and not a Mike Evans day, it would have been much more. I would have probably won going into Monday Night Football. Yeah. But yeah. Sometimes you can't predict that thing, but I got lucky on 2 accounts. I got Julian Edelman, who got in the end zone twice, and this is a great game for Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman was just here's 14 points, here's 15 points, I won't ever let you down. But he went above expectations.
He got you what you needed.
He got me what I needed. And then the other thing is the Pittsburgh Steelers on that Monday night game playing Miami.
I remember when I was starting, I was like, he's going to need a touchdown from each of them or 2 touchdowns from one of them to even have a shot here. And
yes. And Connor got one earlier-ish? No,
Juju.
Juju got
one first.
First
it was Juju, then it was Connor.
He caught a ball he had no business catching. Yeah. And then Connor
runs one in.
If from my perspective, Juju's bobbling this ball, and I watch him catch it, and he catches it, and I'm looking at the replay, dude, please tell me this is a catch, please tell me this is a catch. Yeah. And then I watch James Conner get to the 1-inch line, and I didn't know if he was down there.
Barely broke the play.
And they gave it
so close.
I was just please kick the extra point, just let it go through.
Neither of them were sure things. That was funny.
But once they did get that, then it was, I think I was a point ahead at that time, and then it was James Conner just kind of running.
Yeah, you were no fumbles, no fumbles, no fumbles.
But it came at a cost. James Conner's probably not going to play this week.
Yeah.
Jalen Samuels is going to play. And Benny Snell is out this week.
He had surgery.
So Jalen Samuels is going to be able to play. Is going to be on every play.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of
He's a
work.
great flex play. So if you're in different leagues, this guy has Jalen Samuels this week. I'm going to trade James Conner for him.
Trade him for Lev Bell, Jason.
He's going to go off this week. Jalen Samuels is an easy 20 point, I feel 15 to 20 point guy. And that's floor. Unless he gets hurt. And then they have to go to their free safety or a linebacker as a running back. But
just put someone large in there who can't get tackled.
For Wayne, I think the big thing here is
Watson and Evans. Against him, yeah.
-1 point. If he would have played anybody else in that slot, could he have played anybody else?
You could have
Landry.
Yeah.
You play Jarvis Landry, you win that game.
Yep.
But
play Fitzgerald.
I'll tell you what.
You don't win.
En route to fantasy championships, you have to win games like this, or these are the types of games that you don't. I don't feel good about this win. I don't feel good about it at all. But I'll take it.
Yeah, you just take the wins. They're not always pretty.
But and it was one I needed against Wayne because Wayne had the head-to-head tiebreaker going into this game.
Yeah.
But now I got the better record, and now we're even at tied, and we're both have the same division record. So now it goes to points, and I have slightly more points, but it's only by 15, which can easily change from week to week.
Yeah, that's not much.
It's not a lot at all. So not feeling comfortable about the.
This is a tough division. This is a tough division.
How much I went up 8 on that win.
Yeah.
I'm slow. I'm gonna hit 1,000. My goal is to hit 1,000 this year. I don't know if that's possible, but And maybe if I win a championship, it's possible.
Maybe. I have no idea.
Everyone drop your players so I can get it.
Give me the easy wins, please. Bench them. You don't have to drop them, just bench them when you play Kyle.
So let's move on to the Fighting Mongooses versus Tanky Changes. They have the tanking for Tua.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That was a rough week for Michael.
Yeah, final score this week.
He wasn't paying attention on Saturday when they said Drew Brees is back, and he left Teddy Bridgewater in.
So did Teddy Bridgewater have like 2 kneel downs or something? Is that why he has minus?
He must have came in for a rush attempt and got short because they would take away the kneels.
You know what?
Do.
In my other league, my family league, I kept Teddy Bridgewater in, and I still scored 200 points.
What's wrong, Michael? Why can't you score?
200 points? Man, you had a great. You were the high point of the week. No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
You weren't.
I was. I
You did have the blowout, though.
thought I had it.
You should
have. Aaron Jones came through for Cody.
Sunday Night Football. Was that when
it was Sunday Night Football? Yes.
So like going into that, you're like, oh man, I got that.
I was like, I have this, and then boom, 40 points. No, I don't have this anymore.
You know, I should make a graphic for the current money rankings too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so we can just throw those up real quick. But we don't have it. So, Chris Carson had a great game. David Montgomery, breakout game for David Montgomery. Finally, it's your guy, the guy you wanted all year to break out. So.
The Chargers looked so bad.
No,
they couldn't tackle. I remember watching them trying to tackle James Conner, and it was like he was covered in butter or something. It was just like, dude, you guys suck.
I'll tell you what. Anyone the Chargers play that from now on is going to be a juicy matchup for the running back.
I agree.
Yeah,
that's one that they don't look like they can stop it.
So David Montgomery's prospects going forward for the rest of this year. Do you imagine that he's going to have a much better second half of the year than first half of the year? Is he someone that you would...
How do you lose this?
Yeah, you could.
It doesn't show it. Well, if you look at his matchups in the last few weeks, they're actually pretty good. You get the Giants. Detroit's not too good. Green Bay's pretty good against the run.
But the thing is, like, he can be used as a pass catcher, too.
Oh, Kansas City was terrible against the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can. He can catch the ball.
So he'll be... he has very Kenyon Drake like a very similar comparison in where
it's just on a terrible offense is the only problem.
But what I'm saying is, like, you watch him on the field and you're like, you're clearly the best runner, you're clearly the best athlete out there. Mm-hmm. Why aren't they playing you? I don't get why you're just not the every down back starting now.
Was it Matt Nagy? He's an idiot. He's so dumb. He does not know how to run a football team.
Oh, he's terrible. And it also doesn't help that Trubisky's not having a great year either.
Well, he's not supposed to be someone you rely on. He's just supposed to be a part, and you build something good around you.
Do you
have
move
other good parts to complement him?
Do you move on from Trubisky next year if you're the Jordan Howard?
Yeah,
damn.
On my bench.
Well, that's a good pickup though, because I really like him. I have him in another league too.
Yeah, he's got a good playoff schedule too.
You should have played Pat Mahomes, man.
Yeah.
He would have got you more points than Teddy Bridgewater. You never not played Patrick Mahomes.
Come on,
Michael. What are you doing? Cooper should be coming back. He actually has a good team. I actually like his team.
Well, Cooper's just out on a bye.
Yeah.
So he's fine.
But that's a huge MVS. Ugh.
Yeah. MVS needs... He's one of those players that needs a big play to get points. If he doesn't get it, you're getting 2 or less points. It's just... He's a risk.
Marvin Jones Jr. comes back to reality after his 3-touchdown performance from last week. Leonard Fournette, sneakily, the best running back in the AFC.
Yeah.
he has the most yards.
He's just got so much volume. They
Yeah.
just keep giving him the ball. So it's like, okay. He's actually catching the ball too.
Yeah.
What do we got? 7 receptions? Dang, that's pretty good.
He had 2 receivers that were duds. And Devontae Parker didn't really pan out.
Wait, he just needed to beat me? I did very well. He needed a lot to beat me.
Well, okay.
I had one player score under 10 points.
That's true.
It was pretty close to 10 points still.
He was projected at 116. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. New Orleans defense, but Los Angeles defense. Yeah.
He still had the better defense in.
Let's take a look at Bailey's game versus Cody.
Cody, you got it. You got the top score.
I'll scroll down here. It's 136 to 183. Cody, 4 touchdowns from Tevin Coleman will do that for you.
Plus Aaron Jones. I mean, if you look at Aaron Jones, Tevin Coleman, and San Francisco defense, that is most of his points in 3 positions.
Yeah, actually, when you think about it, the rest of his guys...
Those guys did just average or
below average.
Yeah, but those 3 really came through. And
I mean, if you're going to have 3 people throw up a 40-point game for you, and you're sitting at a baseline of 120... Could you imagine if, those 3 players played on a Thursday night game, and it was like you're just sitting at 120 points after 3 guys
all weekend. Can I come back?
This is a loss. That would be hilarious. Odell Beckham Jr. Here's my question: drop, trade, keep Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, you can't drop him.
I would try and trade him.
I would try and trade him away too.
If he's got a name, if you can get something. Although, hey, who are you going to trade him to? We're all hearing this conversation.
That is true.
Although not everyone listens, and when they do, they don't listen to the whole podcast. So
yeah, they kind of
we can say whatever we want.
Yeah, so much different story than last night with San Francisco's defense.
Yeah.
But that's when, I believe this was the slush game, right?
No.
Wait, which one?
That's Carolina.
Oh, this was the Carolina game. Oh, the Redskins was the slush game. You're right.
Where Kyle Allen threw a few interceptions.
That game was, oh my God. And was it Kyle Allen who said before the game started, Nick Bosa's not going to do anything on me?
Oh, did he say that? Oh my gosh.
I think they have a friendly thing going on, but he's Nick Bosa's going to be eliminated this game. And 3 sacks, 1 almost pick 6. And in fact, Nick Bosa just kind of stopped and just to make sure he can shove Kyle Allen on the sideline when he tried to tackle him. It was really good. But Bailey officially eliminated now?
Officially? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, all these 2 and 6s. What's the best they can get is 7 and 6. That's if they win out, and they have to hope that someone else, the 6th place team, is worse. I mean, it's going to be rough.
It's really, I feel like he's just gotten unlucky. I mean, we'll have to go back and do the easy schedule analysis or whatever, or the hardest schedule analysis.
It's like he's about to go bungee jumping with a bungee cord from aisle 16?
16.
Yeah, so don't do that. All you 2 and 6 people.
All you 2 and 6 people. There's always next year.
It's panic mode. Either blow up your teams and see what you can do, or
try and trade them away for draft picks for next year.
Oh, if only.
If only.
That'd be fun.
Dynasty League. I mean, it'd be fun to start that.
It would.
And he still left. Geez, 45. Well, I guess you didn't really leave any points on the bench. Maybe Chark. But even still, would you play? I would have played Chark maybe over.
Well, I would play him over Woods. Woods is having a terrible season.
Against New England, I would have played Chark over.
Oh, that was against New England?
Yeah.
I would have
played Chark over.
Cleveland's offensive line was so bad. I'm surprised Odell Beckham got 7 points.
Do you find it hard to bench big names? You drafted him high, but
honestly, it depends on what's on my bench. Sometimes it's just I kind of have to play, but I remember when Cooper Kupp was playing against the Niners, I wanted to bench him, but because I had injuries, I was like, I can't. I have to play him. This sucks.
Yeah.
But if I had Devontae Adams feeling, I would have benched Kupp and put him in. And
Kenny with another win, keeping pace with the big boys.
Kendrick, slow down.
I don't know how Kendrick does it. But he is just killing. Tom Brady was a great pick.
Dalvin
Cook. Julio Jones, 152 receiving yards, which is pretty insane. I don't know.
How does he do that? Matt Ryan's not there.
No Matt Ryan. Even Austin Hooper had a good game.
Good.
Austin Hooper. So the Falcons just, if you were worried about Julio Jones or Austin Hooper not continuing their pace, don't worry about it. Matt Schwab got us back. George Kittle, he had a much better game last night.
Look at that versus the projection.
I know.
It's it.
Way to overshoot, George.
He can't get
way to overshoot.
5.7. He can only get 0.6. That's the closest he could get to that projection.
James White, consistent.
Yeah.
He's
been good.
I look at his team, and it really is just consistency. He's just consistently getting 140 to 150. That's his team. And that's just good enough to beat teams.
Yeah, he's got 2 people under 10, and they're both very close to 10. One of them's a kicker, so.
I really need Kendrick to. I guess I don't need him to. I need Wayne's losses more because Wayne's nipping on my heels.
I'm nipping on your heels.
You're nipping on my heels. I'm not worried about you. You're just a mongoose.
I'm just completely ignored.
But
I'm not a threat in my division, apparently.
I know, I say that now, but we're only halfway. Really, but there's like 5 games left until playoffs. Anyway, congratulations, Kendrick. You continue to have a great bounce back year, and I am never picking against you because you do curse the other team somehow.
So I want to talk about Tim buying Ty Johnson to replace.
So Ty Johnson,
that was just a bust.
What a bust! Well, I think he spent a crap ton of money on it.
Yeah,
too.
I mean it was a big buy because it was supposed to be a starting running back, but he just sure didn't use him that way.
They didn't give. How many carries did he get? Because I don't think he got a lot.
I don't think it was that much. 7?
He had 7 attempts.
7 carries.
For what
and 1 catch.
What you played for as a starting running back. Just
trying to replace Carry-On.
And it wasn't. It's not like it was game script or anything because New York the Giants stormed back in that game.
Yep.
So it's they just didn't use him.
No. Got that other guy was Trey Carson.
Trey Carson. Yeah. Also,
they were using him too. They just found him off the street.
Streets of Seattle. Aaron Rodgers, great game.
Yeah.
Latavius Murray doing great in relief for Alvin Kamara. Mm-hmm. But I think we all knew that. We knew the last few years when it was Kamara and Mark Ingram. No, Mark Ingram.
Oh, Mark Ingram. Gotcha. Yeah.
But and this was a stat that we heard of fantasy footballers and everything, but the last 2 years, the Saints, you take their top 2 running backs and they're the number one. They have a system that supports 2 number 1 running backs.
Yeah.
So, Latavius Murray was a great back, regardless. And then they were playing Arizona, so of course you're going to get points against them.
So good that I dropped him.
But Braden's right there. Tim's hanging in there. Tim is very kind of lucky that the rest of the league is so close together on the bottom.
Yeah.
That basically the bottom 4 guys, the bottom 4 guys are just fighting for that, or 5? Bottom 5 guys are fighting for that last playoff spot. Yeah. I think after this week, depending on what happens, you're going to see like just the top 5 spots are locked up.
For the most part. So.
Yeah.
Because that means I beat Jason.
There you go, Jason. Or maybe Jason makes a huge comeback. You never know.
We'll see.
It could easily happen.
Crazy things happen. It's all random.
Because Jason, if you get 6 wins in a row, that means someone's getting 6. Like your opponents are getting 6 losses in a row.
You're handing out 6 losses, so that helps you catch up some.
But a great week. We can go check out the standings right now and see what this looks like. We look at our divisions, and here. Oh, you know what? I didn't even blow these up. I should have blown these up a little bit so you could have seen them better. Sorry, people who are watching this on YouTube.
The tubes.
Watching on the tubes. Okay. We have. Look at all this beautiful. That is one of the most gorgeous,
Because you're on top?
Because I'm on top.
Oh, we're in the AFC? I didn't even know our divisions had names.
Oh, yeah, we're AFC, NFC breakdowns. I could change it to something else. But I like the AFC, NFC. Well, basically the Patriots then, because I'm the top of the AFC. And Kenny, you're the 49ers, top of the NFC.
Yep.
So I got the 1-game lead on Wayne, because now we have the same division record. Mm-hmm. I have more points, but again, that can change. But of course, the fantasy tiebreaker is budget. His fat budget.
Not really.
Not really at all. Don't listen to that. Still, Kenny only making 4 moves, which is really interesting to me.
He's staying strong with what he drafted. He believes in his team.
Who's Wayne playing this week? Because you have a chance to climb over Wayne right here if you can get a win.
Who is Wayne playing?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Is he playing Tim? I forget.
But let's look at the NFC real quick, or at least the bottom parts. What we're talking about. You have 2-6, 2-6, 2-6.
Yes.
And then Tim at 3-5.
So he's a game above the losers.
So right now at 6, if you have 6 wins or 5 wins, you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yes.
At least as far as making
and then
playoffs.
You got Michael with his 500 record.
Michael has his 500 record, so
holding on to that 6th spot.
Really trying to fight it off. Tim needs a win this week.
Yeah.
To crawl back into that spot. Mike needs a win this week to fight him off. And I think if Michael gets a win and Tim gets a win, again, I don't know who they're playing. They're playing each other for all I know. Then it's looking like a struggle down here. Like you could essentially eliminate Cody, Bailey, and Jason officially if
nothing's ever official till
officially.
Oh my gosh. Crazy things happen, man. People go on winning streaks while other good teams go on losing streaks.
No, it's true. And I'm looking at like all the points scored and the top 4 are all pretty freaking close. Top 5 are all pretty close.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Jason and Bailey with barely over 1,000.
Hey, Bailey! Over 1,000. Jason just made it over 1,000.
1 point over.
1 point over 1,000. Who in your mind is looking the best going into playoffs? Now, taking away the fact that the first division leaders get buys, because obviously you have a buy, you're feeling pretty good going into the playoffs. But I mean, Wayne with still a full budget. Yeah. Wayne was a big expenditure last week with $1 on his guy.
His team's putting up points.
Kenny breaking out the dollar bill, spending $10 last week.
$10.
Whoa, slow down, Kenny. But if any big name becomes available, like they get them.
Yeah.
So
or if someone goes down, they can buy the handcuff.
Or the handcuff. That's true. Let's take a look at this week's Fab Bids.
Okay.
Fab Bids. That was sponsored by Monster.com. That's right, not Monster, but just the website.
Monster.corn.
No one's gonna get that. So this week we had 5. Is that 5? 5.
No, we had more, didn't we? Because this is the second. This was yesterday's, but this also Tuesday.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Fab Bids, view all. Here we go. It goes
we
all the way
more.
down. No, right here.
No, we did just have 5. Okay.
5. We only had 5
more.
because I thought it shows all the tops for the week on that.
Oh, it is.
Quick
Okay,
view.
I thought it was
that.
the most current 5.
Okay, so let's forget. Oh, sorry, Tim, about your Ty Johnson bid right there. Damn, I bid $101 on it. Sorry, that should all be last week's stuff. Okay.
You want to use your graphic?
Oh, is there a graphic?
I thought you made a graphic.
Waiver headlines.
There you go.
No, you're right. Guys, we're in our next segment now, as you can tell. I'm actually going to remove us.
Okay. You gotta tap it, and then above it, it'll say only. No.
Bye! Okay. So we'll scroll up here so we can see everything. Actually, you know what? I'll scroll this high so Tim can see just exactly how much money he spent on. Okay. Johnny Smith goes to Tim for $56. I bid $0 on him, but I did get outbid. Joe Mixon goes to Tim over the Fighting Mongooses for $53. Tim spent a lot of money this week.
Yes.
I really like these moves because he's at a point where he needs to get these wins. So I think spending money right now is the correct.
I didn't think anyone would spend that much on Joe Mixon. I thought I was going to win him at 53 because they have the bye, right? They have the bye this week.
Yep.
And when they come back, they're making a quarterback change. So the offense should run a little differently from now on,
right?
Which might be a good thing for him. So I was willing to take the chance on that.
So then do you think it was a mistake for Jason to drop Joe Mixon?
I do. I think that was a big mistake. But Jason's desperate. He didn't want to hold on to a bad player during a bye to see if it pays off later with the change. But, I was willing to roll the dice and see if it worked. Looks like Tim is too. Tim's probably more willing. He paid $150.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to put like $60 on Joe Mixon.
You beat me.
I would have beat you, but no, I wouldn't even have come close to beating Tim.
Yeah.
So, congrats, Tim. We'll see.
I think it's a good pickup.
I mean, we'll see who wins the better second half of the season because the second half of the season is going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens because all these pickups. Oh, hi, Rory. It's our producer.
You can come in.
Yeah, you can come in. Come join.
You don't have to hide.
Here's and then you, actually, let's go to Jason. You picked up Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo's a hot defense this week.
Yep.
You put in a bid for him.
Yep.
Michael put in a bid for him. Yep. Bailey put in a bid for him. Tim tried to spend more money. Who's Buffalo playing?
Washington.
That's going to be a really good matchup for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. I went for I went for them, and I also put in a bit on the Jets because they're playing Miami. I'm just
Get some chips I can crunch on real loud too if you want.
That would be great.
That's perfect.
That's exactly what our fans want to hear.
That's the ambiance we need.
Oh man.
So yeah, let's just try and find your what's it, streaming defense of the week. Buffalo was a good one. People saw that and went after it.
You're going after Darren Fells. Darren Fells has a touchdown in 3 straight games.
Yep. He touchdowns last week.
He looks like he's a target in the red zone, big time.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, he's touchdown or bust, right? Like, they have to get
He had
down.
6 catches last week.
Did he?
Yeah. So I think they're slowly adding him in more and more. So it's
Yeah. I mean, he'll probably see it more. And the interesting thing
some
is
of those
that,
were broken plays too,
Sure.
where like it was just, Sean Watson was getting chased around. And he just tossed it over to him.
yeah. So what's interesting is, like, we're going into November, and traditionally November you're going to get more running action than you will throwing action. Because as the weather turns, you just see the numbers in the running game go up higher than they are in the first 2 months of the season. So, this is why why running backs are so valuable, because they're going to be there. Yeah, they're going to be there during your playoff
They're
run.
also more injury prone. Like there's so much more like running into piles and getting, and they have a more risk of getting hurt. So it's another reason you want to take a bunch of them.
Oh, wait. People didn't see who we were. This is who we are.
Oh, who cares? They don't even know who we are.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm Kyle. That's Kevin. I wonder if I can do that in post. I guess I can't. Let's move on to...
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. We're going to move on to our predictions, our last segment for today, and then we're going to get out of here. Let's take a look at what's going on here. I'm getting really good at this thing.
You are.
I'm
slowly impressed. You're just like boop boop boop.
I'm starting to learn. I'm going to go ahead and remove the waiver 9 predictions, but guess what? I win. Kevin wins. Kendrick wins. You've seen it all before. Happens every week.
Do we think Wayne wins?
I hope not. God, I hope not. I don't know who Wayne's playing. Let's check it out real quick. Kyle versus Braden. You're playing Jason. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Bailey's playing Wayne.
Ouch!
Bailey had a good game.
I was going to say Wayne, congratulations on your win, but Bailey did have a good game. We'll get to it. Michael and Kenny. Kenny, congratulations on your win. No, I'm just kidding. Michael, you got this. But stop. He's in a playoff position and he's taking for 2 hours.
Especially in a game in a league where we don't get draft picks.
Why would you tank when it doesn't benefit you at all?
He's just silly.
And then Cody versus Tim. And we'll get to those matchups. But let's go to this one first. Okay, so here's my giant spiel. I want you guys to think about what the decisions I had to make yesterday. I ran this by...
You can talk about this.
There's a reason why Kenyon Drake was in my lineup last night. And normally he would not be. But I'm going to go to the wide view for this because this is important.
Tap it once, solo. There you go.
Kenyon Drake is the most talented back when he was on the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
When he was on you just use the eye test. You see it on the field. He's more athletic. He's more explosive.
Better pass catcher.
He's just a better pass catcher. He's clearly a better lover than Adam Gase.
Yes.
The problem is that they just never played him. Do you remember last year when he single-handedly won the game against the Patriots?
I remember that.
He won the game. You beat the Patriots because of Kenyon Drake. And then you choose not to play him.
And then, so Frank Gore gets injured after that, and you still choose
and then you
not to play.
skip Kenyon Drake. And I'm sure, maybe there's some, I don't understand what the reference is for Frank Gore. I mean, he's a great player and everything. But he gave him all the carries.
Yeah.
Then you skip Kenyon Drake and give it to Kalen Balazs. So as soon as I saw Frank Gore go down, I'm like, finally, Kenyon Drake is going to pay off. And then you go to Kalen Balazs. And then Mark Wahlberg joins the team, and you go to Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, say how do you let it for me?
The Eagles.
The Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg was traded from the Eagles, and now he's running back for...
That's amazing. They should have Tom Cruise as a running back. This dude's always running in movies. You'd be a good running back.
And driving motorcycles. Okay, but here's my point about Kenny Drake. This was my predicament. Okay, and I just want to go over this real quick. We have 2 receiver spots, 2 running back spots, 2 flex spots. I'm going to go to my receivers first. Which receiver would you have played, ignoring last night because you didn't know the outcome of it?
Does this say Hilton's out?
Oh, what?
When did this happen?
T.Y. Hilton has been ruled out for the Colts matchup week 9 Steelers.
Your plan is just useless right now, but go over it anyway.
Okay, before that happened, let me tell. Hold on, I gotta go back to this. Okay, so before that happened, I'm gonna go over this. Who would you have played Kenyon Drake over of my receivers? Because we're gonna talk about the flex spots right now. Would you have played him over T.Y. Hilton?
No.
Obviously now you would have. But would you have played him over Chris Godwin?
No.
Would you have played him over Julian Edelman?
No.
Juju Smith-Schuster?
No.
So I was playing guaranteed all 4 of my running backs. All 4 of my receivers.
Yeah.
So now we have to go to, would you have played Kenyon Drake over James Conner? James Conner is definitely going to be in because I didn't know if he was going to be in or not. But if he was healthy, Kenyon Drake, he plays. So now I'm at this. I have Jamal Williams and I have Damian Williams.
I would play Jamal Williams.
My ideal pick would be playing James Conner and Jamal Williams.
Yes.
However, if Conner can't go, my ideal pick is to play Jamal Williams and Kenyon Drake. This was the problem. I didn't know if James Conner would go. So I had to make a decision. Do I play my second best lineup in James Conner and Jamal Williams? Or
What's your best?
I'm sorry, James Conner and Kenyon Drake and roll the dice with that, and also
That's your third best lineup.
my third best lineup. Or do I roll the dice, risk James Conner not playing, and have to play a Damian Williams and a Jamal Williams because Kenyon Drake would have already played yesterday, so
Yes,
I would have
but
had
you
to
wouldn't
have
have
played
the
Jamal
chance.
Williams and Damian Williams. And Damian Williams he's on the trade block, by the way.
Jason.
So I had to do that. So it hurt me, and I don't
Didn't hurt you after the game.
I did it. And look at the facts. Kenyon Drake is on a new team. He's been on the team for all of 2.5 days.
Yes.
He's playing Monday Night Football against the Niners, who are the number 1 defense against the pass and the number 2 overall number 1 defense against the run and the number 2 overall defense.
Yes.
How could I have possibly played him?
I wouldn't have. I mean, everything just pointed to nothing.
Would you have played Damian Williams over him?
No, honestly, I would have taken the gamble because Drake's the unknown with potential, and Damian Williams is still behind McCoy. And I would
Right.
be like,
Now, I didn't see this beforehand, but a report came out that he would get major run, right? Like that was a
I
Fantasy
saw that.
Footballers report, or the Sleeper app report, or whatever. And it was David Johnson's out,
Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds is out, and it's Kenyon Drake, and then a guy who was on the roster last week, and Alfred Morris. Like those are their guys.
Yeah.
And Kenyon Drake is you see him in Miami. He is clearly he is Le'Veon Bell light when he's on the field. And then I rolled the dice, and what happened?
It paid off.
They came up double sixes. Kenyon Drake.
That was the third time, so you're going to jail.
The Kenyon Drake. I like Monopoly references. Get out of jail free cards. Those things cost thousands, man. No one just gets out of jail free. Kenyon Drake got a touchdown. The first play of the game had a 32-yard rush, and on the first drive of the game, scored a touchdown. And I was good with that. 10 points right there. I was fine. He ended up going all the way up to 26.2 points. He caught a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
It's what I have always said. Kenyon Drake is extremely talented.
He got over 100 yards rushing.
He had over on a
100.
new team.
Against a good defense.
Adam Gase and whoever the coaches of Miami. I don't understand why you guys would never
Adam
play
Gase
him.
is the worst.
Adam Gase is terrible. He wants to trade Le'Veon Bell. He wants to get rid of Le'Veon Bell.
He wants to get rid of the whole team, apparently. He's
does.
just terrible. And he's, not quiet about it. Making it publicly known is just so stupid.
Well, because of that, I'm off to a great start.
Yes, you are.
Against
Against a good
bring it
playoff contender.
Yes. And it's a win that I think that, for me, this is an important game. Like, it's not obviously make or break, but this is an important game for me to separate myself to really claim that first round bye.
Yes.
So I have to win against Braden. And for you, I'm sure.
I want you to win against Braden so I can actually.
So then you're going to concede the first round bye to me. Then you're going to.
I don't play Braden. I do play you.
So you can.
I can just beat you later and take it from you. I can't do it to Braden. I need someone else. I need help there.
You need Braden to have an interdivisional loss, or an intra-divisional loss.
Interspace
An outer
divisional loss.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. Yeah, I did it again.
Good job.
I'm getting really good at putting my face on screen. Anyway, I'm off to a good start against Braden. Projected 150. I also was able to pick up Matt Stafford, who's playing Oakland, who is the #1 terrible pass defense. So Matt Stafford is the #1 pickup this week for me anyway. And I feel like 22 is undershooting it. I feel like he should have close to a 30-point game in this game.
We will see.
However, but now I've screwed myself. James Conner's probably not playing, and apparently T.Y. Hilton's not playing. So that whole plan apparently goes to shit.
I like how Edelman's questionable and Herndon's also questionable.
Well, to be fair, Edelman's always, like, the Patriots always leave their guys as questionable.
Yeah.
But, oh my
It's a
God.
Monday night game, right?
So, yeah.
No, it's a Sunday night.
No, wait. Sunday night game, yes.
Sunday night.
So, I really needed that 26 points. It turns out that wasn't a luxury. This looks like something I may have
A
needed from
necessity,
Kenyon
yeah.
Drake just to be in this game. So, Braden, there's still lots of,
Should be a fun matchup.
oh God, not for me. I can't
It
believe.
should be a good one.
I left Kyler Murray on
Watch
the
it,
bench.
people. Don't just watch your own games. This one should be a good one.
I left Kyler Murray on the bench. But I kind of felt like I couldn't play him against the Niners on a Thursday night game.
I mean, Matt Stafford could still get more than that.
No, I agree, and I think he'll get around that. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference between Murray's performance, and even if it's like 26 or something, I don't think it's going to make or break anything.
Yeah.
But I just, from a logical point of view, I could not play Kenyon Drake and Kyler Murray and expect these two types of games from both of them against the Niners defense.
Yeah, against a good defense.
But again, Thursday freaking night. Don't trust Thursday night games. All right, well, hurry up and get to the next one.
Oh, it's me.
Fighting Mongooses! So you are playing Jason. So
I unfortunately have both Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews.
how come I can't make a pick?
New England.
I should be able to pick you to win this game.
Because Thursday night already played.
Oh, I picked you to win this game.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, also T.Y.
it's
Hilton
official?
out. I just found out. Yeah.
It's official?
Yeah. Official. He was moved to doubtful, and I don't think he practiced today.
Oh, okay.
So he's not playing today, or he's not going to play on Sunday. So my whole beautiful Kenyon Drake thing
Worked
is
out.
now it ended
best
up working out for me. But now I'm going to be forced to play Damian Williams and Jamal Williams because T.Y. Hilton's out.
You don't have someone else on the bench you can... Well, I mean, don't let's
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
move
yeah.
forward. You can
I'll check it out
You can deal
afterwards.
with that on your personal time.
I'll let Braden sweat. I project you to win this game? Yeah, I project
So
you to win
does
this game.
Yahoo.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson, I feel
It's going to be rough.
it's going to be such a tough
Same
game.
with Mark Andrews. Those are my two big concerns with my team this week.
Do you hate having all of your guys go like on a Sunday and then watching your opponents still have guys on Monday night? I hate that. Like there's some niches like in fantasy football that only fantasy football people would get.
I hate that too.
And that's one of them. When you're done,
Sucks sweating like
oh,
this is
so bad. Or if all you guys play like in the mornings or the afternoon games and you have no Sunday night game and you have no Monday night game and your opponent has a bunch of those, you're sitting there sweating hoping like just make a huge
I
difference.
think last week I had everyone but my kicker go in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. So isn't that like 150 something points or
Holy moly.
and I was like, okay, and then my kicker got like 10 or something, pushed me up to 170, and I was like,
Dude, that's
sweet.
terrible. I hate when I want if he has a Monday night guy, I want a Monday night guy, or I want us all to be done at the same time, just so I know what the
Well,
result
we both
is.
got a Monday night guy, so it's fine. He's
That's
got
true.
Prescott, I got Gallup. Should be good.
That's going to be interesting. You're basically neutralizing him.
Unless he throws to Amari Cooper.
Well, that's what I mean. Like a good way to nullify your quarterback is to hope that the receiver that he's throwing to is your guy,
Yeah, because you're gonna
because
you're gonna get more
you'll be
points.
collecting the points on that.
You get the half point per the catch plus better yardage.
It's also like a great strategy. Like if for whatever reason you had Juju Smith-Schuster and he's like going off, I'm like, I might want to pick up Mason Rudolph because that way I know that at least those two could cancel each other out.
Yeah, you'll
'cause-
get some of those points
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, like mathematically. If
That
it's
happened
better.
with me and Bailey in our other league.
Really?
He had Garoppolo and I had Emmanuel Sanders.
But would that be a positive strategy to go ahead and like force that? Like it's all random, right? It doesn't really matter as much.
It's all random. I mean, you're losing points by taking the quarterback. You might as well just hope to get a better quarterback somewhere else.
Okay, suppose you had a 10-point lead and you had Juju Smith-Schuster and I saw my quarterback to play. Would I then go pick up Mason Rudolph? Because if you get anything, it then goes to my guy too.
That's not a bad strategy.
So that's
not a bad strategy. If you have a lead, yes.
And you want to protect the lead? Yeah.
That way it limits his gains.
So there is a strategy in
There's
that.
a strategy, yeah.
That's a free tip for you folks. I'm going to predict you to win, although it's very close.
He's busted. He
But-
already gave up.
Yeah, but basically, I'm just going to go on.
I'm also worried about Lev Bell. Like, Lev Bell against Miami. In the
Yeah.
rain.
He was at 16 earlier.
Maybe the rain's making him lower.
Oh, that's probably it.
The weather's dropping his projection.
Yep. Okay, we'll move on to the next guys real quick, and we'll get back out of here. We're running on 45 minutes. Bailey and Wayne. Ooh, Bailey.
Oh.
Please win this game. Wayne, I'm only saying this, buddy, because I need
right
you to not
behind
do
him.
well. But I want you to look at the start for Bailey. He got Emmanuel Sanders with over 100 yards in the TD, and Robbie Gould only got him 4 points, just 4 extra points. Granted, the kicker's not that big a deal because he's more of a wild card position.
Wow, Darren Waller is projected higher than Travis Kelce.
That's crazy.
That's interesting.
Well, it's Minnesota, and this should be honestly this should be a shootout
I hope so.
because they're just two terrible.
Picked up Derek Carr in my other league.
I have freaking Matthew Stafford, so I hope for a 5-touchdown game and 400 yards from him.
Throwing left and right both ways.
So that way, benching Kyler Murray looks like a good idea instead of like, why did you do that? Although Kyler Murray's hasn't had good games. Good job not to play David Johnson. Very, very, very smart.
The guy who's injured.
The guy who's injured and not playing.
Way to follow the news.
If you were a David Johnson, would you have tried to pick up?
If I am
Kenny
a
Drake?
David Johnson owner in another league.
Oh, that's right. Kenny Drake is probably irrelevant now. He had his one good game he's going to get for you, and then now he's done.
Yeah.
But unless
Sell high.
unless injuries, yeah. Okay, Kenny Drake for Lev Bell. Jason doesn't watch this. We're good.
He's
Bailey, I hope you win. I do hope you win because I need to separate from Wayne a lot more. You hope Bailey wins.
Yeah, so I can
Actually,
pass
everyone
Wayne.
in our league hopes Bailey wins.
I'm
Tim.
not in the league, but I hope
Except for Wayne.
Oh, wow, that's messed up.
I'm just kidding. Bailey, you got this, buddy.
You got it, Bailey. You got it, dog.
Pretty sure Wayne hopes he wins.
Although, God, Bailey, he's off to a great start. That is such a great
that's
start.
a good. Out of your flex spot, getting 20 points.
Taking for Tua, Michael versus Kenny.
He's projected to win.
I don't care. I don't ever pick against Kendrick. I will never pick against Kendrick again.
Yeah, watch Golden Tate get like 30 points and blow that projection out of the water.
Why is George Kittle got him freaking 16 points? Why is he projected so low?
He just, it must be a lot of tough matchups or something.
Julio Jones on bye, Drew Brees on bye. Well, he wasn't playing Drew Brees anyway. Yeah, that's a good job to bench Burita.
10 points might have been better than what Parker does.
I'm looking at Fournette and Barkley. You gonna play more of them now?
Maybe over Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
He's hard to
no,
trust.
you know what?
He's hard to trust.
Well, especially with the rain. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys all this right now. Whether these next few seasons or the next few
Stop. Just push it. There you go.
the next few months, really pay attention to weather reports because it is really going to affect the game.
I've noticed. I had Mark Andrews drop like 5 balls because it was raining.
Seriously?
I was like, dude.
Yeah, it's just what it is. You can't help it or anything. It's just that's the way it's going to be. All right, our last game. Let's head back here. Tim versus Cody. Tim's got an easier matchup this week against Cody.
Who has a huge projection.
But the defense
Coleman did not
did
hit.
nothing.
The defense did not hit.
In our league, it's about the defense, and if the defense doesn't do anything, then
Yeah.
you're not going to have a good week. Philadelphia against Chicago.
Chicago's offense is not very good.
It is terrible, and Philadelphia actually has a good pass defense.
Yes.
So,
No, they have a good run defense, a bad pass defense.
I can see a 20-point discrepancy between their defenses this game.
20, you think they're going to get in the 30s?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Could happen. That's not
It's
out.
Chicago.
It's not.
unless they hand the ball to David Montgomery every play, I don't think that it's going to be anything. I feel like Tim's going to win. Again, Tim, this is nothing against you, but I need all the guys who are losing right now to yeah. But hey, we did it.
We made it.
I'm getting better at controlling the video here.
One step at a time.
That was Week 9 preview. Our week. That's the new cool way to say Week 8.
That's the new frame way.
Week 8 recap. I don't know. I'm tired.
You guys should do week 8 mocap.
Mocap?
Yes, mocap.
Motion cap? Oh, we can totally do that. How's that grill coming?
Get there.
Yeah, it's
All right.
getting there. All right.
Oh yeah, we also have these awesome chairs for sale.
Oh yeah, sorry.
In the
We are this is brought to you by Living Accents. Please
Yes.
pick up these awesome chairs. They're on sale. Red
Hot
hot
buy
buy.
right now.
Red hot buy. It's a promo thing. We have to do it. We're contractually obligated.
are you gonna blow that at us?
I was thinking about it.
Do you hear the wind coming? We better get out of here. There's a storm coming this weekend. See you next time. Close out. That was the worst way to end this. That's the worst ending we've ever done to any of these.
It was so random. I love it.
Okay.
If I'm more creative,
15 minutes, dude. That was a long one.
Yeah.
I'm more creative.
We're over. Sure.
Different ways to make
Yeah, we're like 10
more
minutes
noise
over.
until eventually I, for no reason at all, we're just blowing things around. It's difficult.
I hope you guys enjoy a time lapse. Oh yeah, I didn't do this last time. I didn't turn off the audio. It just kept